Hi, I'm Luisa. I just spent 6 months traveling across North America, and these vlogs are some bonus content that I filmed during that period and didn't have a chance to edit because they were a little bit more complicated to edit, but I hope you like them. So I always get asked, what do you travel with, and are there any specific things that you recommend for travelling? Up until recently, I used to just pack my case as it is, and I recently, when I was in America, bought some packing compression cubes, and they're really good because they're kind of twice the size, and then you just zip them to compress them, so you end up basically packing out the air. And I use these all the time now. They're really good as well for like keeping swimwear in one, maybe, and underwear, tops and stuff in another. So I have a couple of these that I got from Ray in America, and then I have a big one as well I got from Ray, and this big one is kind of amazing because it fits my coat in it. I've got like a coat that I put in it, and then it's also got like my fleece in it as well, so it fits two giant things in a tiny little case that just compresses up and goes in my bag. So that probably saves me about half a suitcase worth of stuff. So I recommend the packing cubes, especially if you have really big items. The next thing is microfiber towels. So I have a set of towels. This is actually a bath sheet, but I have a hair towel and a flannel as well that I carry with me, just in case you don't like towels in your Airbnb or in hotels, or just in case you go to the beach or something and you want to take a towel, you always have one with you. And these wash up really, really well. You just stick them in the washing machine and then you just hang them out to dry, and if you're outside, great. You can they'll dry in like half a day or something. Number 3 is always travel with a travel blanket, because I get quite cold on flights or on like an Airbnb and things if the aircon's too much. This is from Decathlon. It wasn't especially expensive. Those towels were from Decathlon as well. They have a really good travel range in Decathlon. I can't remember how much they were because I bought them years ago. I also have a travel yoga mat. If I want to practice yoga on the road, I have this little mat that basically rolls up like that. It's quite useful being on the road. And I also have a pillowcase that I travel around with me, because sometimes I find bed sheets or specifically pillows rough on my face and I get a rash. So I bought this in Target in America when I was there, but I will put this on a pillowcase that's right next to my face if I feel myself getting an eczema attack or something on. It just protects my face and makes sure I don't get a rash. I don't know what item we're on now, 5. I carry a first aid kit with me whenever I travel, so this is one I've made up myself. So in it I have obviously things like plasters, have a Tide pen, which is you use to get stains out of your clothes if you're dropping stuff down yourself, like I am quite a lot. Savlon. I keep earplugs. I always need these in hotels, so it's really, really noisy. And I've got afterбite in case I get bitten. And then this has wound cleansing wipes, loads of plasters, and then I've got things like Imodium, ibuprofen, your general drugs you might need. I carry travel hand sanitizer around with me every single day in case I can't wash my hands or I need to go to the toilet or something and there's no soap and no water. I use that, which is really useful. Okay, onto electronics. I carry a power bank with me. This is very useful. Yesterday I was travelling down from Whistler on a bus. Luckily they did have a phone charger, so I was able to charge my phone on the bus. But then I got on a ferry and they did not have a phone charger, so this is very useful for charging my phone. I don't travel with books anymore. I have a Kindle, so I download all my books I might want to read onto that. Saves me loads and loads of space in my case. And then last but not least, if you're travelling by plane or you just generally like music, I recommend noise cancelling headphones. So I bought these years ago, but they're one of my favourite things to travel with, and I still travel with them. They were well worth the money because I've had them for years. So yeah, I definitely recommend those.
A couple of other things that I travel with that I find very useful. One is this plug, which I don't know if you can see it, but it has lots of different types of plugs on it. And you just press a button on the back, and then I can switch it to US as an example, and it gives me a US plug, and I press the button again, I can change. It's quite difficult to do it one-handed, and if I wanted an EU one, I can get an EU one. So it does all different types of plugs, and it has one on the back where you can add your British plug or any other plug actually from any other country, and at the bottom it's got 4 USB ports, so it's really useful for travelling. I bought this before I went for America and I wouldn't take anything else with me now. It's so incredibly useful, and it's just a little cube. You just take it with you everywhere. It's very helpful. The second thing is I do laundry quite a lot on trips because I'm away for a long time, and I found these True Earth laundry detergents. This was recommended by a YouTuber that I watch, a Vancouver YouTuber, so thanks Danny Live. And they're just strips like this, and you cut them in half for a short load, or you use a whole one for a big load, and they're really thin, as you can see. They just come in a tiny little pack, and they just fit really neatly in your suitcase, and it's really good for washing because you don't have to go and buy Tide or anything, which is really useful. And then another thing is these little bags that I travel around with me. I don't like wasting plastic carrier bags when I'm travelling. Sometimes I'll get them because I need one for like shoes or washing or something, but generally I will use these tote bags I got from Q for any shopping or anything while I'm away. So there's a couple more things that might be useful for travelling.
But there are loads of things that you could buy to travel. I don't buy a lot of extra stuff because I don't like it taking up room in my case unless it's something that I know I use every day. But there's loads of products you can get, but they're sort of my favourites. So maybe you found that useful. Leave me a comment and let me know what your essential travel items are.